Hey, hey, hey! Boy, am I happy! Yes, folks, I recently got back from Yakima Valley in the far northwest of the United States in the state of Washington. And when I arrived home, in the mail was this box straight from Yakima Valley Hops. Yes, friends, I was out in Yakima Valley during the hop harvest. And while there, I visited Yakima Valley Hops. Yes, Yakima Valley Hops is a seller and a distributor of hops and hops products. And while I was in Yakima, I stopped by and visited their facility. Well, when I arrived at Yakima Valley Hops, I was greeted by their gang and their team, and they had a whole display of some of the newest experimental hops. So I got to see and smell some of the latest and greatest hops available. And we even had a toast from a recently brewed beer made with fresh experimental hops. But the highlight of my visit at Yakima Valley Hops was the interview that I had with the owner of Yakima Valley Hops, Jeff Perkins. Yes, I sat down with him and had a little 20-question interview about the past, present, and future of Yakima Valley Hops. So without further ado, let's get right into the interview. Wait, what about my prizes? Yes, at the end of the interview, we're gonna open the box and see what's inside and see what I ordered while I was there at Yakima Valley Hops. But first, let's have the interview with Jeff Perkins. Yes, Max Raphael here this week with tip number 503. 20 questions with Jeff Perkins from Yakima Valley Hops. Let's do it. So, hey friends, I'm so glad to be with you here today. We have something really special. We are here in the heart of Yakima, the really heart of hops in the United States, with someone really special. I'm not going to introduce him. I'm going to let him introduce himself. And we have here, right in Yakima, 20 questions with Max Raphael from Hops World. First question, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Jeff Perkins. I am the founder at Yakima Valley Hops.
So number two, what is your role here other than being the founder?
My role pivots quite a bit, not only from day to day, but I'd say from year to year. As we get bigger, my priorities and functionality within the company change. But overall, it's pretty much sales, strategy, sourcing, relationships. A broad array of items, right? There's a lot of hats. So.
Great. And then can you tell us how and why you got started in the hops selling business?
Yeah, I was in college and I was selling stuff on eBay to make side money on the side. And I was one day looking at hops. I had a friend who was part of the hop industry, and this is back in 2010. So it was kind of when craft beer was just kind of really getting another jump start. There was another jump start before that, before 2007, but it didn't really take off until about 2010, probably in the US. But this was specifically for homebrewers. So there was a lot of hops on eBay for sale for hobbyists. And I realized that what they were selling was very limited. It was really expensive. And I had some connections in Yakima. So I was able to get hops from the source, where my college town was 30 minutes away in Ellensburg, Washington, Central Washington University. So I would get the hops and re-break them down into smaller increments, which would be 16 ounce, 8 ounce, or 2 ounce increments for the homebrew market. And that sort of just started taking off. And I realized that there was a need for a direct to consumer business model for homebrewers. And so that's kind of the genesis of Yakima Hops.
Okay, and then the original space, how long did you stay there?
So I started in a college house with, I was still in school. So I started there. Then when I really decided to make the next leap, my parents had a outdoor kind of garage area. And so I set up shop there. Then around that time is I realized that instead of selling on eBay, I needed to actually have a website. So I built a website, and then that's when things really started to scale upwards. And I then found a friend of mine who had this building, and he was also another entrepreneur and wanted to get involved. And so we decided to have a business partnership and got in this building and just started building out rooms, essentially.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then, so this is the same building you've been ever since?
Yeah, so it was about a year and a half that I did the eBay and then my parents' garage, and then that was probably 2012 I think is when we got in here.
And can you explain the space?
So this space was a multifunctional use building throughout time. It's got a lot of history. It was built in the 1920s. It was originally a fruit packing warehouse. Then it became a grocery mercantile place. And then it just has gone through different ownerships throughout time. And before we got in here, it was like a storage facility for furniture. There was a batting cage. I mean, it was a real mixed use.
Wow.
So once we got in here, we started catering it to Yakima Valley Hops, and eventually, over a span of 3 years, we converted it into what you see today. So we took over the entire warehouse.
For sure.
But the beams, the old timbers that are in here it's overly built, and because they used to drive forklifts, and lumber was cheap back then. I mean, if you couldn't find trees like this today.
And did you ever think that the first, I was here 3 years ago in Yakima, I came here mostly just to take a picture outside with your sign. What a better name, Yakima Valley Hops, and it's kind of become a bit of a tourist attraction here. Did you ever think that was going to happen?
Yeah, I always saw the potential of Yakima being a place, like a pilgrimage for craft brewers. We have created a space for people to come visit if they wanted to check out hops, and we're trying to provide that service. So in the future, follow us on all our social media channels or reach out. We will be scheduling dates within the week that people can come get tours.
Cool.
It's now that COVID's over and people are traveling again, we're seeing a huge influx of people wanting to come and visit, and so we're trying to organize it in a way that we can cater to everyone.
So many people, and me included in the very beginning, didn't realize you're not actually a hop grower. Can you explain really what is your business model? And
Yeah, so our business model is it's a mixed model. So we source pretty much from everyone in the valley, direct from farms, other merchants, and then also back from breweries as well. A lot of times there's situations where breweries will overcontract hops, and they might have extra inventory that we might have a customer, so we make that connection, right?
So when you first moved in here, I assume you started making connection with the farmers and getting hops directly through various farmers, or was it only distributors?
It was a series of 5 farmers that were able to accommodate our size, our scale. Again, most of the farms in Yakima have been either consolidated over time, or the scales of them are so large that there's always been a traditional 3 merchant distribution channel. Now that with craft building more and more, there's been a lot of more other companies like distributors, merchants, whatever you want to call them, that have started up, which is really nice to cater to the just the sheer vast amount of brewers and customer base. And so I'd say it was like 75% the merchants, and then or other distributors, and then 25% farms. Now that's pivoted over time. As our volumes increased, we were able to then go and buy more from farmers. So.
And so let's talk about this wonderful partnership that you guys made with one of the top 3 in the world, at least.
Yeah, so we partnered with the Barth-Hass group in 2020. So it's been 3 years, which has been really great. They have a worldwide distribution network. They have a lot of the proprietary hops that craft is demanding, and especially they own all the Australian hops. So they own all the brands of Galaxy, Enigma, Eclipse, Big Secret, so forth.
The top of the top.
Yeah, which is really cool. Yeah, so
that's awesome.
Their model is, again, more big scale. They cater to like the top 300 breweries, and so it made sense for both parties, both companies to partner. We can cater to that long tail market, and they can cater to that larger market, and there's a lot of synergy opportunities there.
So what products of theirs are you now offering here?
And I'm glad you brought that up. That's another great advantage or synergy that we have with this group, is that they're very committed to innovation. And so they have developed quite a bit of new, they call them advanced products, so liquid extracts, and these are all hop derivative based product. But what's been really cool for us is that we've been able to figure out how to break those and scale those down into increments that they produce them in, and then put them out into those markets. And the future is bright. There's 3 new products that were released this last year, or the last couple of years. Incognito, which is a flowable extract that you can use on the hot side. Spectrum, which is a flowable based product that you can use on the cold side for dry hopping as opposed to using hops. Hop Haze, which is a product that adds stabilization of haze in your beer, which is really nice with the craze of hazy IPAs. Hop Aid, which is a clarifying agent to clear your beers. They have a new product that's just getting released as of actually today, which is Hop Kick. It's a terpene-based product, which is really catered to markets outside of the craft beer industry. So seltzers, kombuchas, so forth. It's a high-dense terpene product. So be on the lookout for that. It's really cool.
That's interesting.
It's really interesting stuff. So we just made a hop water. That's another market that seems to be growing, is these non-traditionals or non-alcoholic beers as well.
There's a pretty strong one in Brazil now.
Is there? Hop water?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and so which is really great, because I think there is so many more applications that hops can be used in that we haven't even really touched the surface on.
Oh, for sure. I feel the future of hops pharmaceutically could be bigger than beer.
Big time.
Actually.
It's really cool to be a part of a company that has that infrastructure to innovate at that level, and then be able to be that distribution network to the smaller breweries,
that's
or
awesome,
home brewers.
man.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I
Seriously.
appreciate it. Thank you.
That is so huge. Other than those products, what products do you sell here other than hops?
So that constantly changes. We do sell grains. We really focus in on products that are more shelf stabilized, but a lot of clarifying agents, cleaning products, and this is for majority of the homebrew market. Besides that, we're really focused in on these advanced products that Haas is releasing, but for the most part, I'd say 90% of what we sell are T90 pellets, hot pellets. now as time goes on and further, more of that share is going to advanced products, which there's so many advantages to that of using those products. But we'll see. I think there's other opportunities for us to sell other products. I mean, other terpene-based products, CBD. I mean, we're really focused in on products that are used in the beverage market. And if people are interested or have suggestions, we're always open to those as well, of carrying products that people might be interested in. So.
And also, just so you know, they sell rhizomes.
Yeah.
I've probably bought close to 10,000 rhizomes from them over the years as my number one source. Yeah. And they sell merch and the typical stuff of any brewery or hops type place like this will sell. So what do you see for the future of Yakima Valley Hops?
I see Yakima Valley Hops being a consistent sourcing hop and beverage-based company. I think our opportunities to fulfill a need in a marketplace using an e-commerce platform in an efficient way is something that is our strengths. It will be interesting to see in the next 5 to 10 years how much more advancement there will be with these advanced products. So I think our future is bright, really because of our B2C, right, business to consumer and direct to consumer market, and our ability to cater to that market, and then also our ability to cater to the craft market very quickly, and then also be a consistent source for those breweries. So a lot of breweries might not have their hop consumption might be as such where it wouldn't warrant a contract, but we're here to say like, hey, we'll have these varieties, like don't worry about it. We'll be able, we want to make sure that everyone has access to these high quality top brands such as Citra or Galaxy. So I think consistency, quality, efficiency, and then innovation would be like the 4 pillars of our company. And so keeping that in mind, I think our future is bright on improving on all 4 of those pillars.
Yeah, one thing I'll say, I've bought hops, I've actually bought extract, tons of rhizomes. Their service is impeccable from my personal experience. I highly recommend them. Now, let me ask you just about your typical client or customer, from the home brewer to, I didn't realize you guys actually catered to commercial brewers. Can you explain that a little?
As I stated earlier, is that we really cater to the homebrew market, and we realized that there was a huge distribution gap for hops direct to the smaller brewery market. So our customer base is pretty substantial. I think we have 80,000 homebrewers signed up to the website, and every brewery that you could possibly think of in the U.S., and then more internationally. I think we've shipped to 35 different countries. Wow. Which is really cool.
Awesome.
So we hope to continue that. We hope to continue to be a place that you could get Yakima Valley hops grown in this area and the brands to anywhere in the world, and contemporary crop, right, and current crop, or older crop. I mean, just be a place for, again, consistent sourcing.
And it could be spot hops or contract.
Yeah, we do a little bit of contracting if people are interested, definitely. But again, because of our strategic partnership with Haas, our goal is to have the hops when people need them without a contract. We want to make sure that all markets are catered to. So we really emphasize like good customer service and good quality hops that these bigger breweries are getting that these smaller brewers can get as well.
So last question, have you ever been to Brazil?
Yeah, I've never been to Brazil. I would love to go. I've had a lot of friends have gone, and they've gone to Carnival as well. But South America is just one continent I've not been to. I've been to every other one, and what's really cool is that we do get a lot of South American brewers that come up and visit us during harvest, and so I've met brewers from Argentina, Peru, a lot of people from Brazil, and so that excites me that the craft beer movement is getting such that you're starting to see people of interest in all these other countries too.
It's becoming worldwide.
Yeah, becoming worldwide, and it's great to see entrepreneurship. I mean, a lot of these guys have just started breweries within the last 5 years, and so it's fun being around that energy. And I will definitely make it down to Brazil at some point.
You're more than welcome. Please come to our farm and visit.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. 100%.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, totally.
So Jake here with Yakima Valley Hops. We got all of our HBC, which is the hop breeding company, varieties that we carry here. These are all experimental varieties that have not been fully commercialized yet, so they don't have a full name. Typically, the higher the number, the further it has to go through the breeding program. And so, so all of these have very unique qualities to them. They are available for purchase in homebrew sizing as well as commercial sizing. We just don't have a ton of them. As they work their way through the breeding process, eventually they will get their own name. Probably the most popular ones are going to be HBC 586, HBC 1019, and HBC 472. Most of them have, everyone's trying to grow the next Citra, right? So most of them have some pretty high citrus, sweet fruit qualities to them. 472 is unique because it only has, it's really woody, and it kind of is more for darker styles of beer. We also have our Lupamax here. Lupamax is a concentrated pellet. It's almost like a T45, but a little bit different. It's the Haas concentrated pellet. What makes it different from other concentrated pellets is that the alpha acids and oil levels remain consistent year over year. So whenever you open up a bag of 2022 Mackenzie Lupamax, it will always be 17% alpha acid for that crop year. So you're not having to continually change your recipe according to the different lots that you get. It just remains consistent year over year. So we'll open this up here. You can see that they're gonna look pretty similar to like a regular T90 pellets. But they're going to break apart really, really easy because they are so rich in the oil and lupulin there. So as you can see, I can just break it apart with my finger there.
Yeah, it looks super consistent.
Yeah, very uniform. It disperses really easily, especially if you have hot, warm wort, hot wort. It's going to break apart really easily and disperse throughout your kettle. For this one, you're going to use between 50 and 70% replacement for T90s. So you're introducing less vegetative matter into your kettle or your fermenters. So then you're going to get less process loss throughout that. So you're going to increase your efficiencies as well as increasing your consistency throughout with the Lupamax.
It's almost a solid form of extract.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
For people that are scared of extract.
Right, yeah. This would be a good way, to kind of ease your way into more of the advanced hop products, and as you explore more ways to increase your consistencies and your efficiencies.
So do you guys sell these or no?
Yeah, we sell all of them. This is our homebrew packaging.
Well, there you have it, all about Yakima Valley Hops. So, like I said, prizes. Let's open the box. Something important it says on the box: careful with your hops, cut with caution. It's important you're using a knife or a blade, not cut too deep. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Well, of course, a packing list and some more stickers. One thing I'll say about Yakima Valley Hops, I've ordered from them for over 10 years, from their products and tons of rhizomes. They always send stickers, and I love stickers. I love anything free. What the heck? So, they always do a good job packing. The first thing, I remember now that I ordered, that I saw one while I was there. A bottle opener. That's a nice little swag. I'm gonna probably try to copy something like this for Hops Brazil in Brazil. So we can have some. Uh-oh. Individually packed. Da-da-da-da. Uh-oh. I don't think I ordered this. I know I didn't order this. This is a pricey special. All right. Free t-shirt. Thanks so much, Jeff and the team. Yakima Valley. Something else free here, I see. I definitely didn't order. I'm going to save till the end. Oh, this is cool. Am I smiling yet? These were some of the things that I wanted to get so I can compare them to my own varieties that I grow and are some of the best hops available in the world. These are some of the latest and greatest, most popular hops available today. So I can compare them to my own varieties. I get small quantities, then end up hopefully using them in a brew. The most expensive, most sought after hops in the world, probably Nelson Sauvin from New Zealand. Galaxy from Australia, another bomb of a hops. And what else can you say about Citra hops? Number one hops in the world, number one hops grown in the world, Citra. And for example, these are Lupo Max HBC 1019 pellets. They're specially made pellets made with just the part of the hops that has all the oils and the resins and the lupulins, not all the vegetative matter. And HBC 1019 is an experimental variety, one of the latest and greatest from the Hops Breeding Company. Bam! What else we got here? It doesn't sound like pellets. This is a pack of extract. Mosaic. 20 grams of hops extract, which is the hops pure oils, the essential oils. Incognito, made from Citra, 49.74%. That's another kind of an extract or a hops oil. More packaging. A nice big old bag of Amarillo. Whole cone Amarillo. I got these because they were whole cone. I want to compare them to the other hops that I have here that are real lemony and have them flavors similar to Amarillo. So I got whole cones, which are really hard to get. But you see here, folks, the variety of products that they sell at Yakima Valley Hops. And Hop Haze, for all you beer makers that want to have them hazy IPAs. This is a product made from carbon dioxide extract of hops by Barth-Hass. It's real popular and used in bigger breweries. I thought I would get some and show it to you. I want to bring it to Brazil and give it to my buddy who has a real big brewery and see what he says. And last but not least is a special surprise. I did not order this. The 4th edition Hops Companion, a brewer's guide to hops varieties and hops product, made by Haas, Barth-Hass, and HPA, the John Haas Group. See if I can open it. There we go. Each variety, their name, all about them, a little bit of history, their flavors, their alpha acids. Man, look at all these varieties. I'm not sure how many are in here, but a boatload, we'll put it that way. Cool, awesome book. Awesome t-shirt, awesome book, awesome hops products. Again, I really need to thank especially Melissa, and who really took care of me throughout the process, and the whole team over there at Yakima Valley Hops. If you want to get hops products, advanced hops products, spot hops, they're the go-to people. Even if you're a brewery, they're handling hops for breweries now, and really able to fit that niche in between the big giant hops companies and your local brew shop that barely has what you need when you need it. Their service to me has been excellent. It comes from the other side of the country, but is always shipped the next day. Like I said, for 10 years, I've ordered from them. Plenty of hops over the years, over 10,000 rhizomes, which they sell in the spring. Throughout the years, I've ordered from them. I definitely recommend them. I haven't been sponsored for this other than a couple little free gifts. I ordered all this while I was there, and I paid for my trip out to Yakima, just to let you know. But service is service, and quality is quality, and I definitely recommend them. So, hope you liked our tip and our video this week. Stay tuned for our next tip and next video. We have another interview with one of the hops farmers from Yakima coming up soon. Cheers to life.